England have topped the group. We have taken this tournament by storm. 2 goals, 5 points, 0 hope. We have been poo, for lack of a better word. But you've got to delude yourself into looking at the positives. We've only conceded 1 goal, and it were an absolute screamer against Denmark. There's been no real clear-cut chances against us. The position that everybody were worried about before we went into the tournament were who's going to be centre-half next to John, because obviously Maguire's not there. That's a partnership that we've had for a few tournaments now. Is he going to be good enough? And the answer is yes. He's been his best player so far in these 3 games. We've been really, really solid defensively. However, there is criticism, and rightfully so. We're creating very, very little. We've not had a left-footed left-back start yet because of Shaw being injured. So we've got no overlaps with Trippier being at left. Everything is constantly funneled back into middle because Trippier's right-footed and Foden likes to come into middle anyway. So we're naturally very one-sided. We're like this. We're just lopsided to right to Saka all the time. I would rather sit and stare at wall for 2 hours rather than watch Southgate's boring, disgusting anti-football. We are so boring. We've been playing a right-back in centre-mid. As best midfielder in that position, Wharton, I don't think he's even brought his boots. He's not even got on pitch yet. Gordon and Palmer aren't played enough. They did more in 200 seconds combined against Slovenia than any at front 4 have done, apart from first half an hour in first game. None of them have done anything. There's no pace, there's no tempo, there's no momentum, and we're still going to win it easily. And when you look at that bracket, Southgate has been pulling juju out of his ass. He has got some magic bean somewhere, I'm telling you, with the favourable draws that we've had in the tournaments that he's managed us in. Because with his current bracket, we have got Spain, Germany, Portugal, France and Belgium all on opposite side to us. That is 4 of the 5 favourites to win it that are all on the opposite side to us. Oh, the other of the favourites being us. And that's not my opinion. And who the favourites are. These are bookies' odds. And obviously they don't get a lot wrong. So England being #1 favourite, we're winning it, you know what I mean? But we've been very, very lucky, again, with a favourable draw. And I think just off bat, this tournament, there's a real serious chance that one of smaller nations could win it all. Because a lot of big sides are going to knock each other out, especially on that left side. And apart from a couple of exceptions in Spain, definitely, and Germany, none of the big lads have looked really that good. Especially like your England and France, your 2 actual main favourites going into this. We both look crap. And it's not like it's never been done before. Denmark won it in '92. Just by abusing back pass law. Greece won it in 2004. Why can't a smaller team do it? Why can't someone like Austria or Romania or Switzerland, 3 teams that have looked better than a majority of big lads, why can't they go and win it this time? Now, if we're serious about who we can play and as a route to seeing how far we can actually go, Slovakia is an easy win. Now, I'm not one for getting ahead of myself. I'm definitely very, very level-headed when it comes to England and Barnsley, my lads who I support. I'm definitely not biased, but we should be beating Slovakia. It's not crazy to say that, is it? Like, come on. Regardless how we've played in first 3 games, we should be beating Slovakia even if we put a championship side out, which is what we've looked like anyway. We're getting quarters, at least. And then it's either Italy or Switzerland. Now, these are both half-decent sides, okay? Obviously, there's still a lot of trauma there with Italy. I'm still not quite over that. But I am more scared of Switzerland. I think they've been one of the best teams in this tournament so far. Like I said earlier, Switzerland, Austria, Romania have impressed me a lot more than France, for example. And that will be a tough game regardless of who it is out of them 2. But I do back Switzerland to beat Italy, and then I do back England to beat Switzerland. I think it'll be a tough game, don't get me wrong. But the quality that we've got should outweigh the majority of teams, especially on our side of the draw. I think regardless of who we play, we beat them. I think we get us revenge on Italy, because we played them after that wretched day, and we bet them in friendlies and whatever Nation League. Well, it's a glorified friendly as well, isn't it? But I think we beat Switzerland or Italy. So I'm pushing us straight through to semis instantly. And then if you look at them 4 teams that we could play in semis, I hope it's not Austria. Because Austria, for me, have been best team in this tournament so far, bar Spain. They're the best team in this tournament on this side of bracket so far in this tournament. A lot of national teams are very heavy on individual talent, just winning your games because you've got better players than everybody else. That is what national football is a lot of time. But Austria are very, very well drilled. They're playing best football in this tournament, hands down, like easily. Ragnick has got them boys playing. Like, they are a super team. Just think what he could have done if given time at Man United. If he didn't walk into like an absolute cesspit of a squad, which they've had for 10 years, then he could have done serious stuff him, honestly. But Turkey are no mugs. Turkey are no mugs. Turkey are a good side. They have got some players like Çalhanoğlu and Adagul. Obviously, they've got some very good ball strikers there. They've got some finishers. But I would back Austria to win that. And then Netherlands and Romania. On a real, I think they'd both lose to Austria. Netherlands, more I've watched of them, I think they've got worse. Koeman is an absolutely horrific manager. He is shit. And Romania lack the real serious quality to be able to go up against like someone like Austria, who although none of them have really got any superstars going for them, Austria have got the better players and they're a lot better drilled. So I'm backing Austria to beat either of them. Vibes can only get you so far. So I think Netherlands will beat Romania, Austria will beat Turkey, but Austria would beat Netherlands to get to semis and play against us. And obviously, we're going to win. And I'm not even going to explain it. Then on the other side, thanks for the vibes overnight, Georgia, but Spain are unbelievable, so you will be losing. Rodri, 2 young uns on wings, Lamal and Nico Williams. No goals conceded. They're an unreal team. So Spain will be beating Georgia. Germany will beat Denmark. I think this is lining up with all big dogs on one side for one of them to go out earlier than expected. And I think that will be Portugal. Slovenia are good defensively. They're going to sit back and play on counters, same as they did against us, same as Georgia did against Portugal overnight. And they've got quality up front in Sesko and Oblak in net. I think the playing style, the way that the game will go, Portugal will just dominate constantly, but obviously Slovenia, Slovakia, Slov can just hit them on counter. I think Slovenia will win. Don't really matter in grand scheme of things because France are going to beat Belgium. Belgium are absolutely horrific, and then France will beat Slovenia. France are going to beat all them, regardless of who it is. So my quarters on that ridiculous side at draw are Spain versus Germany, who I think overall are the best 2 teams in this tournament, most likely to win it, and France versus Slovenia, but we've already established that France are going to win. So France are at semis against either Spain or Germany, and that is a proper heavyweight clash in it. Spain and Germany. But I do fancy Germany. You know, I feel like the home advantage is going to be massive. The atmosphere will be nuts. It'll be a game decided by wingers. It is just going to be Lamal and Nico Williams versus Musiala and Wirtz. 4 lads that are all 21 or under. This is future of the game right here, these 4 boys. But I think Germany have got the edge personnel-wise to do them. So Germany, France at semis. I think Germany, man. I'm just going Germany. I think this is their tournament. I really do. I did a full video explaining why, so go and watch that after if you fancy it. But I think it's nailed on for Germany to be in final of this. And thankfully, down to how draw has gone, we're only playing one of these super teams. We can only play one of France, Spain, Germany, Portugal, Belgium. We can only play one of them. Whoever gets to final on this side of draw, I think this is an important thing, is going to be carrying so much momentum with them. They're going to have beaten at least 2 very, very good teams on the way to final. At least 2 of them. By the time they get to final, if it's against England, they're going to feel like they can move mountains, like they can walk on water. It's fully going to be David and Goliath in terms of how the teams are going to be feeling leading into this game. They're looking at us like a f***ing ant. Like, who's next in line after I've just beaten armies on the way to this? They're going to have beaten the best nations in the world on the way to final. They're going to look at England like we're nation, like we're Wednesday. There is something giving me hope, though, with this. And it's that Shaw is apparently fit. He's been training. Whether he's fit for Sunday or not, I don't know. But he'll be fit for quarters, you'd imagine, at least. That is a game changer. 100% a game changer. And I'm not bothered about the lack of football that he's played. I'm not bothered that he might not be match fit already. Get him in there now. Get him straight on that page. I could not care less. Start him now. Defensively, we're obviously quite strong, so you might not want to set a back 4, but I honestly couldn't care less. As best 2 players this tournament have been Mark Gurhey and John. Walker's been good as well. But for the attacking fluidity, we need a left footer at left back. We cannot play with Trippier at left back against any half-decent side. We cannot do it. Start Shaw, and then that means that you can still start Foden, because Foden's going to tuck in naturally like he has been doing, and Shaw will overlap him. It takes away the lopsidedness, and it makes it more fluid down either side. You've got options all over the place then. It's much more natural. And I feel like slowly, Southgate is learning. He's had his little fiasco with a right back in midfield. He's not going to start Trent in there again, especially not in knockouts. I don't think he'll start Gallagher when he's absolutely dog shit. Wharton or Mainu are both just sat there. I think he'll start Mainu. Genuinely, I think he'll start Mainu. Mainu showed more in 10 minutes again than a lot of these players have done in 3 games. And Wharton ain't got on pitch yet, even though he should be starting. Gordon's not played enough. But I'm not trying to look at the problems. I want to see how far England can go realistically with this team. And I think that is to the final. And if I genuinely take away all bias and being completely serious, you're going to think I'm joking, man. I think we'll win it. I seriously think we'll win it. Honestly, I do. Look at how Italy played in last Euros, man. They were crap. They weren't even the top 5 teams in the tournament. They were shit. And they played boring football. It was disgusting to watch. But defensively, they were very, very strong. So a crap team won that Euros. Look at Portugal in 2016 one. They won 1 game in 90 minutes in the entire tournament. 1 game. That's another crap team that's won it. The last 2 Euros winners have been shit. I think we will follow that tradition of being a crap team that wins it. I really do. So you haven't made that video saying that Germany will win it? I'm lying. I think England are going to win it. Full circle to start this video. Delude yourself, okay? It is the key. It is the root to all happiness. You can't go into this thinking, oh, England are going to lose, because what's the point? What is the point? I think England will win every game ever, regardless who we're playing. That's the key to happiness, boys. That's it. So thanks for watching, as always. But unless you are thinking that England are going to win, do not return. Do return, actually. I've got a Lambo to buy. But yeah, thank you for watching, boys. Make sure you subbed as always. Let me know that you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, do not let me know. Make sure you've liked. Make sure you subbed. Make sure you've... I don't know anymore. But believe, okay? Just believe. That's all I ask. Believe that it's coming home. I believe. Come on, England.